When does a win in the NFL not really feel like a win? Well, when you're a Chicago Bears team who finally breaks a 4-game losing streak just to get to 4-5, you realize that Matt Nagy is still your play caller on offense and that you still have the same offensive line that sucks. And you still have Mitchell Trubisky as your starting quarterback. And the fact that this win to end that 4-game losing streak, so that way you won for the first time since the end of September, comes against the Detroit Lions, that's when a win doesn't really feel that much like a win. When not only did you struggle to beat a divisional opponent that is down in the Detroit Lions, it was a Detroit Lions team that wasn't even playing their starting quarterback. And for flashes and periods of time in the game, said backup quarterback Jeff Driscoll indeed looked like he was outplaying Mitchell Trubisky, who was once taken number 2 overall in the 2017 NFL Draft ahead of Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. It feels ungrateful to complain about a win. But don't let this win fool you if you're a Bears fan. Don't let this give you all types of delusions of hope and grandeur and that this was the get-right game. Get right for what? Get right for what? The offensive line still sucks. Struggled to open up holes in the running game most of the day. Surrendered 5 sacks. Oh, Trubisky played better. Did he really, though? He just happened to make a couple of throws for a change against a secondary that is trash, against a defense that is trash, that is coached by, surprise, surprise, yet another wilted branch off of that Bill Belichick coaching tree and Matt Patricia. Lions fans, if you thought Jim Caldwell was bad, well, here goes Matt Patricia. Where's the get right here? Where's the get right? You tell me. His offense was still incredibly sluggish coming out of the gate, and it didn't get to any point of rhythm or anything until the very end of the first half. Like the Lions are the Lions, and the Lions stink, just like the Bears stink. So to sit there and think that it is okay to go 25 plus minutes of football in the first half and not be able to move the ball not damn one bit, then we've got problems and issues. Ain't nothing getting right about that. Oh, Mitchell Trubisky threw for 3 touchdowns. What the hell does that even mean? What? His pocket presence is still atrocious. You saw some of the passes in the game. Just again, the simple throws the dude can't even make. Even when you see him be able to actually find a guy that's wide open, he doesn't trust what he sees. You could see the lack of confidence. And then you talk about the one play, he missed a wide open Allen Robinson because that's what Trubisky does. That's what Trubisky is going to do. If you can't structure it out for him ahead of time, he has no ability to feel it out. He has no instincts. He can't read the defense. He can't move his eyes quick enough. He can't react to what he sees quick enough. And that's just what it is. There really was nothing get right about it. What, because he threw for a couple of touchdown passes, 3 of them, against a crappy secondary and a crappy defense in Detroit? Give me a break. He still couldn't throw for 200 yards. He still ate a couple of sacks that were his fault. The line gave him 3+ seconds, and he ended up eating the football. Because, again, his feel and instincts for playing the position are not there. He still tragically lacks confidence, and it so godly shows. Nothing got right here in this game for the Bears. Don't kid yourself. Don't be crazy. And this defense that's supposed to be so special, that's supposed to be so elite, it sure as heck would be nice if they played like it. Now, you might say to yourself, well, in the second half, they seemed to play a little better for a stretch because they actually thought the offense was going to do something. The offense was doing a little bit of something. And then the defense is just letting Jeff Driscoll of all damn people, who wasn't good enough to stay in Cincinnati as Andy Dalton's backup, they let him march the Lions down the field and damn near let let them do it again at the end of the game. Like the Lions gonna Lions. That's what this game was about as much as anything else. Like even late in the game, Bears had the ball, trying to run the clock out, but really more so just praying to God that you don't have to have Trubisky throw the ball because you have absolutely no confidence in him being able to do so. Even Matt Patricia horribly mangles that situation. Call a timeout before the 2-minute warning. Save some time. Like just astoundingly stupid. Why would you let it run down to the 2-minute warning and then afterwards start to take your timeout? No, you idiot. You take a timeout before the 2-minute warning to save time and potentially save a timeout. But of course, being yet another wilted branch from the Belichick coaching tree, he doesn't get that concept. You talk about a Lions team that has scraps in terms of players at the running back position, so there's not much of a running game to speak with. They're without their big-name quarterback. You know, they got injuries all over that defense. I guess it's a bad Lions team. And they're a house of cards, and they're starting to fall apart. There was absolutely nothing great about this. Danny Trevathan had that ugly-ass arm injury. You'd probably think he's going to be out for a while, wouldn't you? I would certainly think so. You know, Kyle Fuller was trash in this game, I thought. I just look around. Where the hell is Khalil Mack? You know, Nick Williams is now leading the team in tackles. And you say, Nick who? Exactly. Man. Trubisky making throws where he's trying to get his receivers killed. Like, you can go on and on and on. I saw somebody on Twitter posted that Trey Burton was out with injury and he was questionable return. And I was like, Trey Burton was hurt? He was in the game? I didn't even know. So you can sit there at 4-5 and try to think to yourself that, hey, this is just what they need. It's going to give them all types of momentum to go into Los Angeles next week and beat the Rams. And even if you give them the benefit of the doubt and you figure out somehow, some way that Mitchell Trubisky and Matt Nagy are actually going to show up and do well in prime time, and that this defense is actually going to show up and play elite like they're alleged to do or alleged to be, even then that still makes them 5-5. And have you looked at the schedule the rest of the way? Once you get past the Giants and the Lions again in Detroit on Thanksgiving, it doesn't get any easier. It only gets worse. What is it? Cowboys, Packers, Chiefs, Vikings? Yeah, good luck with that one. Where the Bears needed to make hay and they needed to pile up some wins, they failed to do so. And in a tough-ass conference and in a tough-ass division, it is a little too late to have all types of hopes of delusions of grandeur, especially when you factor in Bears fans. Let's be realistic. They beat the dang Lions. The Lions. A win is a win, sure. But let's not get too carried away with ourselves. You know what you see. You know what you feel. The Chicago Bears are a mediocre-ass football team. Their season is still over. You might as well live with it and accept it.